Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 plays. We're playing Unconditional Surrender here. Designed by Salvatore Vasta, developed by Mark Dey and Alan Hill. Published by GMT Games. We are using the USE module from Board Game Arena, which was developed by Luna LOL. We are in August of 1941. The Soviets have been doing a fairly good job of their defensive lines. They're going to lose like one or two guys here, but that's okay because they're retreating in order. There's no real huge breakthroughs by the Germans and no likelihood of a huge breakthrough by the Germans at this point. So we are kind of stuck here to see if the Germans can do anything. I don't think we're going to declare any war. We've been doing okay. As a real quick recap, the Soviets managed to get Finland to join them. So we're kind of stacking up here to make sure that the Finns are trying to make sure that the Germans don't come bursting across, and the Germans are doing the same with the Swedes. We're going to do some shuffling around of Swedish armies, I think, and German armies up there. We do have to keep making our advances up here in the north. Unfortunately, I have an armor on the Baltic coast that should really be down here in the center, pushing on Smolensk and Veliluki and stuff, so we do have a bit of a problem on the line right now for the Germans. But I don't think the Germans are ready to declare war on anybody. We're kind of stalemated down here because I didn't do Italian replacements correctly last time. So we're kind of stuck here. The UK, the Western Allies, have a pretty good hold on Egypt. I don't have the oomph to try and push through to the Suez Canal. I kind of messed that up. Italy came in much later than it should have. It did help me get through some stuff up here, but now it's kind of forced to do its thing down in the Mediterranean to try and stay in the war as long as possible. Slow down the Western advances while I try to take out the Soviet Union. So we're not going to declare any war. The West is not set up to do what it would like to do. It might try to get itself set up to take out Iraq. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't really do that unless it takes out Vichy. Syria and Vichy, so maybe they're just going to let it sit and see what happens and just keep concentrating on the Mediterranean here. Okay. We did have to evacuate Malta, so they do have a little bit easier chance of getting things in supply. At least 2 units should stay in supply at all times now. There's a risk on the third one getting through. They did take out an Italian infantry when they broke through here, so we do have issues here with the Italians. Okay? But they're not going to declare war, and the Soviets are like, I'm too busy to declare war on anything. The Germans have 28 points. They're really probably not going to do anything really with the Romanians. I'm going to rail this Romanian that's on this rail line up to here, just so he can't rail forward. If he wants to rail forward out here into the open area, I'm more than willing to let him. But I don't want him to come this way to get up on this river line and force me to take extra time to kill him. So I don't think I need to give anybody any points. I could give a point to Italy, but they're not going to be able to use it properly. I think we're going to just hang on to our points. And USSR is not going to give anything to Finland because they don't have a lot to do there. Against the Soviets, I think I want to save this to go against the West. So we're going to let the Soviets beat us. And they didn't. They didn't roll high enough. Then against the West, they're at factory loss 6. We really want to pound them to keep their stuff down. So now they're down 7 factories. So next turn they'll have 2 5, 6. They'll have like 12 next turn. They only have 14 this turn. So the West is going to be very much on a defensive posture down here, which is what I need because I need to spend a lot of points in the Soviet Union. Strategic move, like I talked about before, we're going to have this Romanian. Oh, I can't get there because I don't own Dren608. Oh my goodness. I screwed that up, didn't I? Okay, well let's undo that and see if there's a better strategic move we can do here. My goodness. We don't really have anything that we want to pull away from where they're sitting. Maybe this Yugoslav in Denmark. We can bring him into the east. Yeah, let's bring him east. For next turn. We'll bring him up to here. I guess I'm going to have to move. Takes him a while to get over here. Alright, that's what we're going to do. The West. I'm thinking, since I don't have a lot of points to spend, that I want to get this guy into Suez, so I can possibly move him in the future. Maybe send the 9th someplace useful. The Soviets, now I could play shenanigans here. I don't have a lot of units to play around with because my line's pretty solid. I could take this guy here, the 8th, and maybe move him down here to slow him down on his advances on Kharkov and stuff. But I'm not sure that that's the best place for him. I'm thinking I should just be playing, in general, defense here and not trying to let any units get totally wiped out. So we are going to move him, but I think we're going to move him back because I only have one guy to build this turn. So I think I'm going to move this guy back along the open area axis here. Maybe back towards... Because if I go here, he's going to move so that he can just isolate me and take me out. So I don't really want to go here. Down here by Dren608. Even if I went here, he could probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he could definitely get into a position where he would have me surrounded. So I don't want to do that. I'm trying to keep myself from getting into isolated attacks. So I think what I need to do is put this guy... We're going to put him in long-term reserve thought. And we're just going to put him way back here. Okay, so we're done. Now we get to start the Axis operations phase. This is going to be very bad. Alright, well, we got to take what we've got, what he's given me. So we're going to have... one, two, there's my third one. Alright, so this airplane's got to try and get rid of the Soviet air. We want him to use up his tank markers up here. See if we get lucky. We did not get lucky. Alright, so we will go ahead and just make sure that that one's not going to interfere with anything. Okay, now this German 7th is going to go here. And he's going to call for an assault. He's not actually going to attack this turn. And we can get... The armored unit can get to here. And declare an attack. It's currently +5. We're going to throw in an airplane. Now, the Soviets have to think about this. There is a possibility they might try to pull off something at Sevastopol. So I want to keep an armored unit there, and I was kind of like writing off this unit and this unit anyway. So I'm not going to waste my tank markers there. I'm going to let him do whatever he wants. Got a defender eliminated, which lets the Germans go here, forcing the German aircraft to run away, which is what I wanted. I want to move him all the way back to Tula, I think. And now the Germans they could move up here, or they could move over here. I'm going to put a German unit here, and a German unit here. 1, 2, 3. So there's going to be 2 assaults there. Where do I want the armored unit? I think I want the armored unit pushing back this way. And we'll stop there. Now, I don't have any pluses on any of these attacks to the north or here at Smolensk, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not going to be a good attack. Not going to be a good attack at all. Maybe I just want to let him retreat. That's a thought. Okay, no, I was going to do this with this infantry. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, those infantry have to stay to the north. So I guess we're going to have this guy go here and do his attack this way. He's got to be used for another airplane. He's at -2. I don't think he's going to use a tank, but I'm going to go ahead and use up this guy. All I got was a DR out of it because I rolled a 1. That's bad. So now I have to waste my armor here, or maybe this infantry. This infantry can get 2 attacks. He's +2 to -4. I'm just going to see what happens. And the Soviets are not going to put anything into that. Okay. So we took that hex. Now we've got to advance the line. Where are these guys up here going to end up? This guy's going to end up there. This guy's going to end up there. All right, we can take a chance here. We're going to move here, get next to Bryansk. Not going to be able to take Bryansk this turn. This is bad. Okay, so if I go here, I can't actually get there, but if I go here, I gotta go here. This is just the way it is. No, I can't undo that. I cannot move there because I will not be in supply. I don't have a way to keep myself in supply. Oh my. Alright, well let's just try to take the city, shall we? We'll go here. We'll attack here. We're at +1. He could throw in his tank. Which he's probably going to do. I think we'll use the tanks here. And the Soviets definitely want to try to hang on to it. So +3 to a +2. See if they get lucky. They got the retreat anyway. So he's only got 3 movement points left, so we want to have him attack across the river. He's going to take this. He will attack across the river. I don't have anything to add. Do I want to hold the river line? Against a +1? I don't think so. I think I might need that for like Kharkov or something. And it stopped. Okay. And the Germans will go ahead and advance the 11th. And we'll try to do a breakthrough here. Russians are gonna, the Soviets are gonna let them try. They need to save that for the Sevastopol and stuff. Defender retreats, so we're gonna go here because he doesn't have enough points to attack. And if he goes here, then he's leaving this guy open to possibly being isolated. So I'd have to use like Yugoslavs or something. I could use the Yugoslavs to make sure I wouldn't be isolated. I think I want to be on this side of that woods. I'm going to take the chance. All right. Still has tanks left, so I'm going to try and entice him to use them up here. He's not going to. To no effect. Okay, we'll stay there. This guy will go here. Attack here. Again, not going to bother. All right. So the Germans have pretty much straightened up their lines. They're going to put this guy here. So he's on a rail line in case I want to rail him next turn. Now we got to go down to the south. We don't have many points left to play around with. 6, only one attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, only one attack. One attack, one attack. Okay. Well, we're going to have the Romanians do the capturing of the city. And then they're just going to go here. They're going to stick their necks out. And unfortunately, we do have to get rid of his airplane. And didn't get any lucky die roll splits. I just have to get rid of that airplane. I don't like it, but I think I have to. Okay. Now that leaves me with 6 points of armor and 2 infantry. That's 8. That would leave me 11. Really want to try to get Kharkov. So if I went at it with 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd only be 3 halved. I can't stick the Romanians in there. Yugoslavs can't reach. I'm at a bit of a quandary here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that'd be 3, 4, 5. That'd only be +5 to either +2 or +0. Yeah, I guess we got to do this. This is not ideal. I'm going to do an assault here. I know you should do, you know, real attacks. But I'm kind of stuck here because I can only get 1 attack anyway with the armor, so I thought I'd try this. Now, the Soviets have to decide, do they want to take a risk on him trying to do an end run at here? I think Sevastopol has a better chance of holding out since he doesn't have any Paratroopers, we're trying to hold. We'll try and hold Kharkov. And there's a no effect, so he held Kharkov. We held at Kharkov. The Germans have to decide. They could go down here. They could get a +3 to plus whatever. Use my armor kind of open. 6. I think we are going to send the first down here to do its assault. See if it gets lucky. Because there's no add-ins by anybody. Let's just see if we get lucky. We're +3 halved, so not likely. I got a DR. Okay. That settles it then. I have to try and take Sevastopol. Because I'm +5 to -2. Even if I'm halved, I might get it. I did not get it. Oh my lord, I rolled terrible. And he rolled well. So now we're in a world of hurt. In a world of hurt with nobody to hold this hole. I've got a hole here that's going to really get messed up. Alright, so we're going to have to send the Yugoslavs down to here. They have to go stick their noses out, but they've got to do it. Because they got to hold that spot. And then this 14th has got to move up to like here to prevent him from getting the second isolated. I mean, I could go here and try and hit Curse, but then I'd have a hole kind of thing, and I really don't want that. Let's see, if I go here, you'd have a guy go here, but he can't get a guy back there. I could go one space more, I guess. I'm going to be in a world of hurt here. I have no airplanes that I can get regenerated. Yeah, this is going to be a very good defense by the Soviets. They held in Kharkov, they held at Sevastopol. So now I'm committed to doing those things. I think we'll take a chance with the 14th. Put it there. And we're at 11 points. I don't really have a lot left. I should have given another one to the Romanians, because then they could have come down and taken a pot shot at that guy. Lessons learned. Yeah, I don't have a lot left I can do with my 2 German points. Italians are going to spend 1 to build. Down here, is there anything that the Africa army could do? It could attack at +1 to +3. That would not be a good thing to do. What does he have? He has 2, 3. He has 3 left. He has 1, 2, 3 guys to keep in supply. These guys can go on low supply. So hitting this convoy wouldn't necessarily help me. The only thing I can think of is I probably want to put the Africa army, since I have the 2 points to spend. I am going to put it here, but I'm not going to attack. Yeah, I'm not going to attack. Do I want to take out the British air? Or do I want to hit this convoy? He's got 14. 3, 6, 9. No, and 12. And he can move a guy if he wants. He's having real problems getting the Med fleet back on the board. If I don't use it, he's going to hit me. He's going to be -2 to my -4. Right? Or no, he's +1. So it'll be -3 to my -4. Either way. I think we need to make sure his airplane doesn't help him do anything. Okay. And then hit him again. It's not ideal, but it's probably the best I can do right now. Alright, that's all I can do. That's the axis. We're done. We're going to keep that there in case I want to eliminate something. Do this. And now the two things that have to stay supplied are the airplane and the German Africa. And now the one that could possibly get blowed up here. Oh god, I have to get him in supply too. I forgot that he was here. Oh my goodness. No, I don't want to do a chat. Alright, he's got to go here. Oh, I don't have anything to supply him with. This is bad. Let's see. It's fair weather, so I'd be +4, -4. I'd be a 0. I have to try. Even if I can't bring him back, if I can mess him up this turn. And I did. So now he's screwed. Now the Italians are very badly screwed. Now I messed up. Okay, I've really messed up with the Germans here. This is a very bad go here. Who has to stay on the board? The two garrisons will disappear if I don't do them. The infantry will disappear if I don't do him. So I am in a world of hurt. And then he can invade into Benghazi. And I can't stop him. Or he could invade into Tobruk, and I can't stop him. Or he could invade into Tripoli, and I can't stop him. This is very bad. This is very, very bad. I can only save 2 of these guys. 2 out of the 3, and one's going to die. So he's got to go to no supply. I think I need to keep the guy in Tripoli. Well, they won't disappear until the end of next turn. Wow, this is really bad. Very bad for the Italians. And at the end of the turn, he'll disappear. That's going to be a problem. Okay, the West. What do they want to do? Do they want to try and... They can't really bust through this. It'd be +3 to +2. They might get a retreat, and then they'd only be plus... They'd be -1 to -2. Do they want to spend the points to go there, or do they want to use the 14 if they go 3, 6, 9, and 4? They would be able to get the Med Fleet back on, or 5 to get Force H down. I think I'm not going to do a thing with the West. I'm just going to say no thank you. And then supply all, no U.S., no convoy. Him. 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 Keep them all fully supplied. And then we'll supply these two out of Cairo. And the reason for that is I'm in a good defensive position. My airplane will be coming up. The Italians have to make some serious life choices here on what they're going to do here in the Middle East. So they're going to have issues. Now for the Soviets, this guy's going to be replenished back in Sevastopol. That's the best I can do. Do I have anything I really want to try and do here? I do have a bit of a line problem here in the center. Although it's not dire at the moment. If I build somebody in reserve, I'd be fine. So the guy in Tula might need to come up and guard some forests. He's kind of committed to trying to taking out Sevastopol because the armored unit's way far. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the armored unit could get one attack in up here if he comes back. Or he's going to try to take out Sevastopol. So we're going to assume he's going to try to take out Sevastopol, which means I've got a pretty good line where I'm at. Kharkov will probably go down because he'll have multiple attacks on it. You know, I think I'm going to make my stand here in August, in September on this line, which means this guy needs to be probably... I only have one guy to build, right? I'll have 2 next time. I'll have 2 at the end of September. I've got 1 guy to build this time. If I build him in reserve, or do I need to build him in reserve? Can I just split out? Do I want to back up here? Maybe I just want to back up. Maybe I'm just going to back up. All right, either way, he's going to go to Dren608. I think that's a good place for him. End your turn. I can back up here. This guy... Well, let's do the northern backup first. So he goes to here. He goes here. It gives me this guy to back up. To here. Question mark. And this one to back up in front of Dren608. And then we can get this guy out of the clear terrain. And maybe back here to guard up the way to Moscow. These guys might get eliminated, but that means he'll be in the center, mucking about instead of racing for lots of cities and things on the edges. We'll see how it works. I think that's a pretty good defense there. All right, I still got 14 left, so I can build the guy and get all 3 airplanes up, so that's fine. I think I'm fine where I'm at. So I'm done. That was pretty quick. We'll keep that there just in case. I think everybody's in supply. All right, voluntary elimination. Germans, no. Italians, they can't get enough points to get this fleet back up. I think they've got to say no for right now. Okay. British do not really want to get rid of anything at this point. The Soviets also don't want to get rid of anything. Okay. Replacements for the Germans. Well, we know what we've got to do. The airplanes in the east for what little bit of ability to help us that we can do. And then definitely have to, unfortunately, I have to go here, here, and I have to get the airplane up. And then I have 2 points left. I have a guy to build, but I'm going to be losing a lot of stuff here in the Middle East. Looks like early 41 is going to be a real pain in the ass for the, or late 41. The Germans are going to actually have to probably send an airplane down here pretty soon. Okay, I think that's it for me. The West, definitely this airplane. This convoy. And I think we'll go with this convoy. Now I have 5 points left. I could build the Med Fleet or I could bring the Force H down. I think I want to bring Force H down to 3 because that way they can possibly mess with this. Oh, what did I do? I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh. And unfortunately, we can't undo the Italian move, can we? I don't think I can undo back to the axis. Yes, I can. Okay. Undo this. Undo this. Clicked on the wrong one. I have to click on the convoy, not the fleet. I did it again. I don't want the fleet. Okay, convoy, and the convoy, and the airplane. Okay. Now we say confirm. I was going to say, I don't understand why I have 3 left, but I was clicking on the fleet, not the convoy. And in the British, we're going to do this one, and this one, and this one, and Force H with the last 5. Okay. Soviets, punish him, and the 3 airplanes. And then they're done. Italians get to build their infantry guy. He's going to have to be built back in Italy. I'm going to build him in Brindisi because we're screwed up. And the Soviets want to build this guy. Where do I want to build him? Tula? Got these guys kind of guarding Grazov. I think I'm going to build him in Tula. All right. And there you have it. There's August. We're done in about 39 minutes. It was a little bit faster than I thought it would be because the West didn't have anything to do. And the Soviets didn't have much to do either. So the Soviets are going to be standing on the city line here. Why does my map keep doing this? Let's make it a little bit small, a little bit bigger like this. So Soviets are on Rostov, Kharkov, Kursk-Orel, Bryansk, and then north towards Rzhev and the cities in the rough terrain between Moscow and Leningrad. That's their line for the last guaranteed free fair weather turn, September 41. The Germans have only gotten them barely under 60 willpower. They might be able to grab Bryansk and this guy here, which would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more maybe. I might get them down about 50 going into poor weather if I get lucky and take Sevastopol out. So that's going to be what we do next. All right. So that's what we'll do next time. We will do September 41. And hope that you guys are enjoying this. If you like what you're seeing, please hit the like button and leave me comments. That's how we get out in front of more people on YouTube. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. It's free for you to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 before the end of the summer. I'm at about 350 something right now. So every subscription would help. I don't think I'll make my goal, but we'll try. Maybe we'll stretch it till the end of the year. Maybe I can get to 500 by the end of the year. In any event, I do need the subscriptions to help me keep going. And hopefully you're enjoying the series and want to help keep me motivated to making more. And that's what subscriptions do. Okay? You should also find a link in the description, I believe, to my Discord server called Dren608 Plays. That's for you to talk about games that I'm playing, questions you might have that you don't want to maybe spoil for someone who's never seen a game played before. I do stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. There will be another stream starting probably on Mondays, but I'm not quite sure yet. I have to check my calendar and how things all work out. Those streams are all pretty much computer role-playing games. Wednesday was a fan pick. That's the other thing about subscriptions. If you hit the notify bell, be notified when I put up polls. I put up polls to see what's the next thing I'm going to put on the channel. Wednesday was a fan pick for me to play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, so I'm stumbling through that. Fridays was, we originally started off trying to do a multiplayer computer role-playing game. We might get back to that. Right now, the person that helped me start that, my youngest child, Ace, we have constant conflicts with scheduling. So we have kind of abandoned that for the moment. They have, they told me that I wanted to put something out when we couldn't do ours. And they convinced me to do Origin playthrough playing Gale. And then I went ahead and added a mod that lets me take the entire Origin cast, all 6 Origin characters. And I'm running through that with Gale. On Saturdays was another fan pick. This was for me to play a monk in Baldur's Gate 3, but I had to take the Drunken Master subclass. And so I'm doing that on Saturdays. All my streams start at 11 or around 11 Central Time, Central US time. So I think that's GMT -5 now. It's either -5 or -6 for those of you that are working on GMT time. But you can join me for those streams again. Really would appreciate it if you guys could subscribe and help me out. And other than that, I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.